I'm Carrie Chesney with the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment, Division of Labor Standards and Statistics. In this video, I will be teaching you about pay at separation, or final pay. How you separate from employment determines when you should receive your final pay. If you are fired or laid off, known as involuntary separation, your employer must pay you immediately or within 24 hours of separation, depending on whether payroll is located on site. If you quit or resign, known as voluntary separation, your employer must pay you at the next regular payday. An employer may not withhold final pay. So, is it lawful or unlawful? A worker is fired by their employer. The employer tells the worker that they are withholding their final paycheck as payment for an incident in which the worker damaged a company truck during their work shift several months ago. The employer's failure to pay the worker is unlawful because the employer did not pay the worker their final pay within 24 hours at separation. And the employer cannot withhold pay for property damage. The next thing you need to know about final pay is where and how your employer is allowed to pay you. Payment may be made at the worksite, mailed to your last known address, or by direct deposit or pay card. So, is the next situation lawful or unlawful? A worker quits their job, and the employer chooses to mail their final paycheck to the worker's last known address instead of using direct deposit, even though the worker requested direct deposit. This is lawful because the employer is still providing payment at the place of payment set out in the law. Regardless of your performance as an employee or the reasons for your employment separation, your employer must pay you for the entire amount of time you worked in your last pay period. If you think you are owed wages, you can file a claim with the Division of Labor Standards and Statistics at cdle.colorado.gov/complaint. If you are not sure whether you are owed wages, you can visit the division's website, call 303-318-8441, or email cdle_labor_standards@state.co.us. Thanks for watching.